we have the ESOP evangelist, Patti Plough, as a gifted entrepreneur here on our stage. She's established several successful businesses throughout her successful career. She has extensive experience buying, selling, and running businesses. Now, adding to that experience is selling through an ESOP, which has provided her with the insight to help other business owners protect their legacy and sell with integrity. What kind of legacy will you leave? Please welcome Patti Plough.
Hello and welcome, everyone. I have a question for you. Who's a business owner in this room? So what would happen tomorrow if all your employees quit and walked out? You'd be in trouble, wouldn't you, as a business? You wouldn't know. Some businesses would have to shut down, and we've heard about those lately with employees not coming back. It's been a nightmare, okay? Do you know what your employees' greatest fear is? Their greatest fear is you're going to sell your company to someone else, and they're going to lose their job. They're going to lose their livelihood. That's their greatest fear. It happens every day. You've heard about companies that all of a sudden they were sold to a third party, moved out of town, and every employee lost their job. So what are you doing right now about that worry of your employees? Have you ever thought about when you're going to transition your business, your exit strategy, and does it include your employees? Does that include the people, your greatest asset that helped you build your company? Have you ever thought of that? Well, what I'm going to talk about today, I personally experienced because my employees came this close. I had 200 employees, and the owners and shareholders of Helix were offered 30% over fair market value for our company. And there were 6 of us. And we all looked at each other and said, how could you refuse that? And so we were moving forward with that when my husband and I met with a financial advisor that when he listened to us for 2 hours, he said, I may be leaving money on the table here. I'm certainly able to help you and would be happy to, but I would be amiss if I didn't tell you about ESOPs. Do you know what an ESOP is? Because I think you're so concerned what's going to happen to your employees that you literally, that's all you've talked about since I've been here for 2 hours. And we said, well, it's an employee-owned company, right? And he said, yes, but do you know what the benefits are? And so what I'm going to do now is I am going to share with you the tremendous benefits of ESOPs, because what I did, one of the benefits is that first of all, you're guaranteed fair market value for your company. They cannot pay you less. You don't have to look for a buyer. Your employees are already the buyer, okay? So you're guaranteed fair market value. In addition to that, you can stay on and stay in control of your company and make that income forever, if that's what you wanted to do, okay? So I wanted to stay on in my current role as president and CEO of operations, but what I found out is that people didn't know. Business owners didn't know about these tremendous benefits. Everyone I talked to knew it was an employee-owned situation. They didn't know about the benefits I'm about ready to share with you. So, for your staff alone, it's a retirement benefit windfall. So literally, it's like a 401k on steroids. It's a retirement plan. And it's like a 401k on steroids. You need 15 full-time employees or more in order to create an ESOP. That is the only thing that you need. You don't have to be a certain dollar amount. You just need 15 full-time employees to sell your company to your employees, and guess what? It's free to them. There's no matching or contributions and then a match. And I'll just give you a little, oops, I went too far. First of all, I have heard from people, you're familiar with Publix down here, that baggers at Publix have $1 million, $2 million, $3 million in their retirement fund. You literally can make millionaires out of your employees. And wait a minute, you've already sold the company, remember? You've already gotten your money. So it's not you paying your employees $1 million, it's your company. So it's not coming out of your pocket anymore. Next, when you become an ESOP, you become a tax-free entity and you're starting to function like a 501c3. So today, you're a for-profit company, and you are paying taxes, 33 to 40%, right? Tomorrow, you're an ESOP, you're automatically 33 to 40% larger than you were yesterday because you're not paying that anymore. If you didn't do anything else, you're automatically larger. That goes to the bottom of your balance sheet. And success stories with that, I know a company that sold their company for $25 million, and with the additional resources, in addition to their employees being blessed with the retirement fund, they bought other companies, and they're now a $100 million company. They're right in the Milwaukee area where I'm from. That brings me to the second bite of the apple. The second bite of the apple. So if what I mentioned wasn't enough, how would you like to sell your company twice? How would you like to sell it? Let's do the example that I just gave you. The company was sold at $25 million. Now it's worth $100 million. How would you like to sell it again when it's worth $100 million? That's a reality with an ESOP if you do any type of owner financing. So if you do a portion of bank financing and a portion of owner financing, you get warrants in exchange. Once that loan is paid back, you can cash that in as soon as that, or you can hold it and let the company grow more. So let's take that company as an example again, because the government will only allow you 49.9% or more, or less back in shares. They don't want you to gain control of your company again. The average you get back is 30 to 35%. And there's two buckets with the second bite of the apple. The first bucket is for the shareholders. The second bucket is for those key employees that helped you build your business, those key leaders. This is an unqualified plan. So you have the two buckets, and let's just use the 30%. So you have 20% in your bucket, 10% in your management team's bucket. And you grew by $75 million, so you're up to $100 million. You now are reselling your company again and you're getting $20 million. Now, and what are you still doing? You could still be working for your company and making your income and continuing to make it grow. Now, let's say you have 5 managers that really helped you grow your company. They helped you grow it to that $100 million, and they have 10%. So what are you handing them a check for? $2 million apiece, 3 to 5 years after you create the ESOP? You've just made millionaires out of those leaders for helping you grow the company. It's like a golden set of handcuffs. And you tell them that in advance of setting up the ESOP, so that incentivizes them to help you grow your business. And it gets even better than that. You can do this. You can hand them that check tax-free. There's a way to do that. And we can explain that in a more in-depth conversation. But as business owners wanting to reward your employees so many times, you have wanted to do that, and then all of a sudden, they're going to have to pay tax, so you try to up the money, and then it just never ends with the taxable event. With an ESOP, you can give them that incentive, and it's non-taxable. So, now, capital gains. That's a hot topic, right? Especially today, it's a very hot topic. You can defer capital gains indefinitely through an ESOP. And how you do that is, there's an investment portfolio you use. You can defer it for a lifetime. It only takes 10 to 15% of the total purchase price of the company to invest, and the entire purchase price is deferred if you leave it in there indefinitely. When your heirs take it out, as long as they don't change the step-up in basis ruling that's on the proposal now, your heirs won't have to pay any capital gains either. So this is my company, and it was called Helix. It is a employer-sponsored healthcare company, and we had 200 employees that literally, oh, by the way, I didn't finish the story. The third-party buyer came back and offered us fair market value in the first meeting, so it was a no-brainer to do what we did. And we all had a happy ending. But what I want to do is that's our employees. So that's about 25% of our employees, our office staff, our corporate staff. We had field staff because we had clinics that they worked at. So I don't know if you've heard the Cliff Bar story. The Cliff Bar story is that Cliff Bar, in the early 2000s, their competitors, Nestle's and Kraft, Power Bar sold to, and another one sold to Nestle's and Kraft. And Cliff Bar really didn't know if they'd be able to compete. So they decided to sell. General Mills made them an offer for $120 million. They were at the table to sign the agreement, and the husband had an epiphany that he could compete with 5 principals. And he told his wife, I don't think she was as excited as he was, but he told his wife. They walked away from $120 million and went back to their employees, who they told they were selling the company, and said, here's how we're going to compete, and they all worked together to compete, okay? And today, Cliff Bar is worth $900 million as of 2020. So they were successful. What I don't have time to show you, but I can have Steve send the video, or I'll send it out, is the video of the Cliff Bar employees, because in 2010, they turned Cliff Bar into an ESOP to thank their employees. And when you see this video, it was transformational. Some of the comments are, I'm going to Bolivia to fish for peacock bass because now I can do it. Another one, I can dream again. So, let me ask you, would you rather sell to some stranger, or would you rather sell to the people that helped you build your business? There's so many benefits. I haven't found anything better out there. The benefits are just tremendous. So that is why I'm here today. That is why I am taking this course, so that and doing the Speaker Talks talk, because I want to get out there and I want to tell the world. That's why they call me the ESOP evangelist, because anybody that'll listen, I am going to tell them about these benefits because I feel they're tremendous. Thank you.